Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Shabbat Perek Chet Mishnah Aleph. Over here in this Perek, we're going to discuss carrying things outside on Shabbat and what are the appropriate, shiurim or the inappropriate shiurim to carry outside where we would be hayav if you took it outside. So hamotzi yain kedem mizikat kos. If a person takes wine outside, how much wine does he need to take out in order to be hayav on Shabbat? So enough to be mozeg, right? To pour into a cup. Right, so a cup over here, we're talking about kosher beracha. A kosher beracha is something you make kiddush on. You have a revi'it of wine in there. So how much do you need to be mozeg? Right, how much do you need to pour? Right, when you're pouring into that, into that wine. So you need to pour a rova revi'it, right, a quarter of a revi'it. Right, so that comes out for each revi'it's about 3 ounces. This comes out to about 3/4 of an ounce of a liquid ounce. Right, Rambam measures it by, it's two fingers, right? You always use the thumb. 2 by 2 by 2.6, right? That's the volume measurement. Halav kedei milk in order to take a gulp, right? It's just 1 gulp of milk. Devash, how much honey do you need to take out? Kedei ten ala katit, in order to put on a katit, which is like a sore or a pimple, right? That little tip, that's just a little drop of honey. That's enough to be hayav. Shemen kedei lasuch ever katan. Oil in order to anoint one, right, a small limb, right? So the Gemara explains this as the smallest limb of a katan ben yomo, of an infant 1 day old. So what's the smallest limb of a 1 day old child? So it's a small pinky toe of a 1 day old born infant, right? That's how much oil. That's a tiny amount of oil. Maim kedei leshupta kilorit. How much water in order to rub. A kilorit is it's like an eye patch, right? That's what they would use. So enough for that as well. Now the Mishnah continues and says, "Ush'ar kol hamashkim," all other liquids, b'revi'it, right? This is all talking about, falls into the category of b'revi'it, which is 3 ounces. Now, when we say water, right, when we say water, ma'im, over here, the Mishnah explains it as tal. It's talking about dew, right? That's what they would use for this eye patch, right? And Rambam says, it's only about water of the dew, right? Because that's what benefits the eye. But all other waters, right? The shiur is panim shel meducha, right? In order to wash the face of the mortar, right? Mortar and pestle, right? So you have to wash that face of the mortar. That's the for other water. Now the Mishnah continues, all other liquids with the revi'it, 3 ounces. Rabbi Shimon omer kulam berevi'it. Rabbi Shimon argues in the Mishnah, Tanakama says, no, all liquids are berevi'it. The only reason we mentioned these shiurim, right, because it's a tradition that we have these shiurim. So what are these measurements? That's what someone that saves them. But everyone else falls into the standard category of Re'it. Halacha is not like Rabbi Shimon. Rather, all these specific measurements go according to what our Mishnah mentioned. But all other liquids would fall under the category of a Re'it.